Hello students, welcome back to the class. Good morning to all of you, everybody. Last class we have discussed about fundamental duties. In the last class we have discussed about various fundamental duties. Okay, we have discussed about the level important fundamental duties. So in this class we are going forward. We are going for a new topic which is safeguard of rights. How our fundamental rights will be protected. Normally we have discussed about fundamental rights. We have discussed about few duties. Some rights like political rights we have discussed. Okay, so few important rights like moral rights and legal rights we have discussed. Okay, so in moral rights and legal rights we have discussed legal rights are again classified into positive rights and negative rights. Now we are going completely to the new topic, how to protect the rights. This is very important topic. Okay, we will go forward. Rights are important, children. Already we know that individuals, in order to lead a better life, okay, individual if they wanted to lead a better life, lead a better life, so the most important rights are important. So these rights will be given so that the citizens can able to lead a better life. Okay. Next, if you see that individuals will enjoy the rights fully if they are fully protected and safeguarded. When these rights should be protected, then only the individuals can able to enjoy the rights. If they are fully protected and if they are fully safeguarded, what safeguard rights? Whatever the rights which are fully protected and safeguarded, then individuals can able to enjoy these rights. For the internal development as well as external development for any citizen or for individual, these rights are very, very important for them. Second point, if you see, the following important elements if you see, which will protect the safeguard or which will protect the rights. Now we are discussing about few elements. Okay, now we are discussing about few elements. So these are the elements which plays a very important role to safeguard and to protect the rights. Now new laws, if you see that new laws will be safeguarded and protected. Okay, most of the new laws which are created. So these elements are very important, not only to protect the old laws, but whatever the new laws which enacted or which are recently passed in the parliament, these new laws also well protected and these new laws are well safeguarded. Okay, I will go forward. Now first important rule is democratic rule. Children, this is one element which plays very important role to protect your rights. See, the countries are of many types, already we seen democratio. Democracy is originated from the meaning of two things. One is democratic. Demos means people and kratios means power. Power, according to the Greek word, that is, according to the Greek word, democracy is originated from the Greek word demos and kratic. Okay. So in democracy, the peoples will get power. What type of power? In this country, the people will get power to elect the government. People will get power to reject the government. If people want, they itself can be appointed as government. Okay. So in democratic country, ordinary people, most of the powers are vested under the control of ordinary people only. Presidents, prime ministers, they belongs to the very ordinary people. Okay. So democracy means in the sense power which is completely given to people. Okay. Now in democratic rules only most of the rights will be safeguarded and most of the rights will be well protected. So in democratic country we can find various rights and the various rules will be completely safeguarded and it will be well protected. Now if you see that most of the rights will be safeguarded, okay, of the people to great extent, some extent, not great extent. There are many countries, but most of the countries their rights are not safeguarded. But in democratic country, if you see, this is the best form of government where powers completely vested in the hand of people. So the government, okay, are mainly elected from the people, and these people first important role is to protect the rights of the citizens of our country. Whenever any government is appointed, what is the first goal of the government? First, they should protect the rights of the citizens, and that is possible only in democratic country. Now people enjoy rights in democratic country. There are various rights, children. Okay, I said you already there are many rights, responsibilities which are enjoyed by the citizens in democratic country. There will be no restrictions. people can criticize the government. If they in a democratic country only, if the people feel this government is not working well, if the government is not functioning properly, the government is not developing the economy, people have right to criticize the government. Okay, that rights to criticize the government, even though people have rights to criticize government, in the sense that is possible only in democratic country. Okay, so in democratic country the people rights can be preserved with a great extent. People responsibilities and rights will be preserved with a great extent in democratic country. Now here if you see, the democratic countries has made the constitution as well as legal provisions, and they will safeguard the rights. Children, most of the rights in democratic countries we have constitution, different rights and different laws are written in the constitution, and some rights were created by using the legal provisions. They will try to safeguard the rights. Okay, by using the constitutional provisions, okay, by using the method of constitutions and by using the legal provisions, okay, in democratic country the rights will be preserved. Legal provisions in the sense by using judiciary. Judiciary is also called as watchdog of the constitution. Okay, judiciary will observe, act as a watchdog of the constitution. If any people are violating the rights, then judiciary, what they will do, they will give punishment. So your rights completely will be preserved under the legal provisions as well as constitutional provisions. Most of the rights will be preserved and most of the rights will be safeguarded. Second important constitutions when we are talking about is written constitution. Okay, our constitution is a written constitution. Children, most of the countries their constitutions are not in the form of written. Okay, but India has started preparing a constitution in 1946 by creating an assembly, constitution assembly, to prepare and to make our constitution. It have taken nearly 2 years, okay, 11 months, 18 days. Okay, to prepare our constitution it have taken nearly 2 years, 11 months, 18 days, and finally we have enacted our constitution. Our constitution came into force. What is the importance of our constitution is, our constitution is a written constitution and lengthiest written constitution. Not only written constitution, but our constitution is one of the lengthiest written constitutions in the world. So we have maximum more than 440 articles and we have nearly 12 schedules, more than 12 schedules we have. So this is one point. This is also one of the important features which will protect the rights of the citizen, which is written constitution. These written constitutions will define the powers and the functions of government. In written constitutions we can find, in the constitution itself it will be written what are the important powers and the functions of government. In this power, the first important functions of the government is to protect the rights of the citizen. Okay, this is one point. Written constitutions will explain what are the limitations of government authority. See, even in democratic country, why our rights will be preserved? Because even the government cannot act towards citizen. The government wanted to act, the government also wanted to take the rights of the citizens, he can't do. So that is possible in only democratic country. So already we have seen that government also cannot able to violate the fundamental rights. Okay, by if any citizens feel that their rights are being violated by even government also, they can go to High Court also. So fundamental rights cannot be violated in democratic country. So in written constitution it will be written what are the limitation of government. Written constitution, in democratic country government has that limitation, government should not cross that limitations. There are certain limits, and where the limitations were written in the written constitution, the limitations were written about government. Okay, due to which conditions some restrictions are fixed, some limitations are fixed regarding government. So government should be within these limits only. Next, in written constitutions, India we can find rigid constitutions, particularly they guaranteed the rights of the citizens. Rigid constitution, you will say, sir, what is meant by rigid constitution? Means the constitutions which can't be changed easily, the constitutions which cannot be amended easily. That type of constitution is called rigid constitution, which cannot be amended easily, which cannot be amended or which cannot be changed easily. So whatever the constitutions which cannot be amended or the constitutions which cannot be changed easily, that type of constitution is called as rigid constitution. So whatever the constitutions which cannot be changed or which cannot be amended easily, so that type of constitution is called as rigid constitution. these rigid constitutions will guarantee the rights to the people. Okay, our rights will be mainly protected by the rigid constitution. This will guarantee the rights to the people. So rigid constitutions will make difficult for the rulers as well as legislatures to amend the law easily. Easily they can't able to amend the law. Okay, if they wanted to change the law in India or in any country, whatever the democratic country, if they have written constitutions in the form of rigid, so in that country either the rulers or even the parliament also, legislature also, they cannot able to amend the constitution. So we can find in the written constitution, the rigid constitutions plays very important role to safeguard the right, because whatever the constitution, the process to make the constitutions, to change the constitution, or if to amend the constitution, if the process is very difficult, that is called as rigid constitution. Fundamental rights cannot be changes. In our country there are some rights which we cannot change. For example, fundamental rights cannot be changes. So this is one point. So rigid constitution means the process to change the laws and the process to amend the constitutions, when it is very difficult, then that is called as rigid constitution, and this will make even the both rulers as well as legislatures cannot able to amend the constitutions easily. So such types of constitutions are called rigid constitution. Okay, opposite to this constitution, flexible constitution. Okay, flexible means we can change easily, but rigid constitution are very difficult constitution. Okay, whatever the country, if they have rigid constitution, so easily they cannot able to change the rules, easily they cannot able to amend the laws easily. So whatever the laws which was written before, if they wanted to amend the law, easily not possible if the country have the rigid constitution. So rigid constitutions plays very important role to guarantee the rights of the citizens. Rigid constitutions plays very important role that due to the rigid constitution, it is not easy even for the rulers as well as government or legislature to amend the constitutions on the flimsy ground. Flimsy ground, what is meant by flimsy ground? Easily we can't change. Okay, easily we can't change. Okay, that is one point. So what we have discussed in this para we have discussed about the safeguard of rights. Okay, how the rights can be safeguarded. Rights are nothing but, this is the rights are mainly given to the citizens to develop internally as well as external levels. These rights are very important. Citizens can able to lead a dignified life due to these rights. Okay, citizens can able to enjoy the freedom. Now here if you see that individuals enjoy the rights and these rights are fully safeguarded. So whatever the individuals which are enjoying the rights, most of these rights are fully safeguarded and they are fully protected. Second thing, these fundamental rights, these rights are following some elements. Okay, to protect the rights they have to follow some elements to safeguard the rights. New laws also can be able to protect it easily. Okay, in this point. Now two important elements plays very important role to safeguard the rights. First one, democratic rule, and second one is written constitution. Democratic rule, already you know what is meant by democratic rule. Okay, the power, when the democracy is derived from the Greek word demos and creatio. Demo means people and cretic means power. Okay, in Greek word this is mainly derived from demos and cretic. It means all the powers are completely vested under the control of people. People's rule is called as democratic rule, where ordinary peoples can act as a ruler. So that is. So in democratic rules plays very important role to safeguard the rights of the people to extent. People can enjoy the rights easily in democratic country, because in democratic country people will have restriction free. There will be no more restrictions in democratic country. Okay, if the country are following any other point, so they have lot of restriction, but in democratic country there will be no restrictions in the country. Now these democratic rules have made a constitutions. How they will protect the rights means by using the constitutions and by legal provisions. In democratic country the rights will be safeguarded, the rights will be protected. This is one point. So by using the two things. Okay, written constitutions also defines the powers and the functions of government. The first important powers and functions of government is to protect the rights of the citizen. Written constitution, the country which are having the written, see children, there are many countries they have no written constitution. For example, England is a country they have no written constitution, but when we are talking about our country has a written constitution, not only written but lengthiest written constitution. In written constitution mainly it returns about, explains briefly about what are the powers and the functions of government and what are the limitations of government. Okay, there are certain limits. Okay, government also have certain limits in democratic country. Okay, whatever the country, if they have monarchy, in that type of system there is no limit. Government has unlimited power. But in democratic country there are certain limits. Government also should not cross that limits. Okay, so these all limitations where you can find in the written constitutions are mentioned about the limitations of government. Next I will go forward. So in rigid constitutions have guaranteed these rights to the people. So rigid constitution has guaranteed different type of rights to the people, and the rigid constitutions make even the difficult, okay, whatever the rigid constitution means what, to change the process. If you are following a very difficult process, if you wanted to change any method or if you wanted to change any law, if you wanted to change any rules and regulations, in any country if they are following a very difficult process, that is called rigid constitution. If the countries are following a very simple process, that is called as flexible constitution. Okay. So rigid constitutions, in the country which are following the rigid constitution, they will make very difficult for rulers as well as legislature to amend easily. So easily the laws cannot be amended. If the laws cannot be amended, then the laws will be protected. Nobody can change the law easily. If nobody can change the law easily, whatever the previous laws are there regarding citizen, that will be protected. That is why the rigid constitutions are very important to protect the rights of the people. So this is the point. So children, we have discussed about two important points, how to safeguard the rights, two important elements to safeguard the rights. In the next class we will discuss about the same topic, we will continue the same topic in the next class children. We will discuss the third and the fourth point in the next class. Thank you very much.